What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing a how-to video on how to Nac Nac. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe, comment. It really helped me out. Boost the video so other people can see it. And if you really need in-person coaching, I have a coaching program. If you're in San Diego, check it out. It's called shredcoaching.com. And I work with clients one-on-one and can get you landing whatever trick you want to do. Alrighty, so let's get to it. The Nac Nac. I'm gonna be demonstrating this trick on my dirt jumper. It's the same for all bikes. If it's on a full suspension bike, like a big downhill bike or trail bike or BMX bike, it's kind of the same for all of them. Let's dive into it. Disclaimer, this is just advice and the breakdown of how to do this trick, but please always ride with somebody and have an expert there teaching you and guiding you through things, and always be safe. Ride within your means, wear a helmet, wear knee pads, elbow pads, whatever it is when learning a new trick. Alrighty, so we are gonna just dive straight into it. This video is kind of similar to my how to 1 foot video. Basically, this trick you can do with either side. This video aligns with the how to whip video. Okay, so if you are left foot forward, you tend to want to take off that foot when doing a Nac Nac. You're going to take this foot and step over. And then if you're right foot forward, like so, you can take that foot and step over. This is a bit of a confusion thing because realistically, it doesn't really matter which foot you step over with. It's just one way is easier than the other, just like how in the other videos. What I mean by that is, so I'm left foot forward. So my right leg's in the back. It allows me to push the back in. So I'm like stepping over with the Nac. And because my foot's in the back of the bike, it allows me to leverage and push it out and do a proper Nac Nac. But I don't actually do it that way. I do it the wrong way, which is fine because there isn't a wrong way. It's just, it looks just different. So if you're gonna take off your back foot, when you step over the bike and you're in the air, the pedal tends to drop. So you take a half crank forward and then you do the Nac Nac, and then when you come back to the bike, that pedal is up like that. Pedals are like this, and you have to take a back crank to level it out when you come in for landing. Whereas the other way, if you're on that back foot, you tend to be able to wedge your foot, like putting pressure that way and putting pressure against your hands, and the pedal doesn't really drop. You're kind of just pushed like this, wedging yourself, and yeah, so the pedal doesn't drop down and you're able to just like pop the foot right back on over and get to the pedal. And so that's the difference between the two. If you're going to be if you're going to be doing this trick where you're taking off your front foot, the back foot stays level. If you take off the back foot first, the pedal will drop down and you'll do a half crank. And so when you're getting the foot back on, you have to grab the crank and level it out as you're coming into landing. Hopefully by now you've decided which foot you're taking off, and I just tell people to do this when they're like on their bike on flat ground, not doing anything. All you're doing is stepping off the bike. Just like this. Like say you're just like in an awkward position and you're like tipping over, you just hop off. Just like that. Step over. That's all it is. Like that's the motion. You're literally just stepping off your bike. So hopefully you watched my how to 1 foot video and you've already mastered the 1 footer, because basically this is just a glorified 1 footer. You're just putting the foot on the other side of your bike. And the way I tell people to start this trick is pretty simple. You're just gonna basically jump the jump straight, like just go off, jump it straight, and then your foot is gonna come off, and all you're gonna do is like kind of like almost like try to kick yourself in the butt with that foot, just like that. Back up. Once you get the foot to that position, all you're gonna do is kick it over like that, like super simple. Looks really dumb, but basically you're just trying to find where the back wheel is and your seat, and you're just stepping over that back tire and getting that foot on the other side of the bike. All right, now that you've done that, let's talk a little bit more about the wedge. So what a wedge is basically you're putting pressure on two sides, holding something together without physically grabbing onto it. And what I mean by that is, a perfect example is using a helmet. So I'm not gonna grab onto it, but if I push outwards with my hands, I can hold up the helmet without it dropping, creating a wedge. That's what it is. Basically, on the bicycle, when you do a Nac Nac, the reason why the bike doesn't fall away from you is because you're creating a wedge between your hands and wrists and the foot that's attached to the pedal. Foot comes off, you're stepped over, and basically you're pulling, using the handlebars and pulling them into like your body almost, and pushing with this back leg that's still on the pedal, and it creates this thing where you can like lift up your bike like so. And that's the wedge. And third thing is the whip. So you got the foot stepping over the bike, you got the wedge to hold yourself in place, and now you got to get the bike sideways. And so what you'll find is once your foot is like stepped over the bike, there is no leverage on this side keeping the bike staying straight. And so all you're doing is using that wedge technique, like pulling the bars to you and pushing out with like the foot that's on the pedal. You don't want to straighten the leg because the bike will get too far away from you. You kind of want to actually like keep it more of like a bent state, like so you're closer to the bike. And when you do that though, the bike is going to swing out. And once you're here, you kind of just same thing as a whip. You like bring the bars back, you wedge as well, like with your hands against that pedal to bring the bike back. And then you just step right over, back onto the pedal. You're gonna start super slow with this. You're just gonna start first, like I said, like catch some air, kick yourself in the butt. Catch some air, barely step over, just get the foot over the back tire. Catch some air and then fully step. And then from there, catch some air, like kick over the side and then push out the back end. And as you're like slowly pushing out the back end, you can add more of like a whip with your bars. So you like go off, turn the bars, step over, do the Nac Nac, and then whip, comes back, step back on and land it. So it's basically a whip, but you're just stepping over the bike. And there's that wedge aspect that keeps your body connected to the bicycle without it flying away. It is super crucial to have that wedge, because if you don't have that wedge, the bike will drop away from you and you will crash. It happens to the best of us. It's like a thing that just happens when not on top of it, and also when you're learning. So that's why it's crucial to stay small with the Nac Nac, just a little steps over. And yeah, that's basically it. Let's do some on this resi, and I'll start slow and small, and then we'll work our way up. So that's basically it. I hope this video helped. I tried to do it both ways, like in a slow manner of like working my way up to a proper Nac. My opposite ones, you can definitely tell are my opposite ones because I just don't do them that often. But I hope you guys get the picture of the difference between the two with the foot dropping and everything. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And I also just started making merch. Check out dudesick.com, pick up a shirt and a hat. be super sick. Hope you guys like this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.